Good evening. I'm Sergeant Reed with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office Homicide Unit. Earlier this afternoon at approximately 3:30, officers were dispatched to Interstate 95 North at the Trout River Bridge in reference to reports of shots being fired at a vehicle. Upon arrival, they located a vehicle that had rear-ended a semi-truck parked on the side of the road. The driver of that vehicle was pronounced deceased at the scene. It appears that that vehicle was also struck by gunfire, and that the driver of that vehicle was the only occupant of that vehicle. The JSO Homicide Unit, Traffic Homicide Unit, and the crime scene detectives all responded to conduct an investigation. The medical examiner also responded, and we will be working with them to determine an exact cause of death. We do not know that at this time for sure. We'll be working with them to continue to do that. We can just encourage anybody who might have any information, who may have been on the interstate at that time, who may have witnessed anything, to please call the Sheriff's Office at 630-0500, or if you'd like to remain anonymous, you can contact Crime Stoppers at 1-866-845-TIPS, and I can try to answer a few questions.
Can you repeat exactly where this was located? Yes, kind of
it was Interstate 95 North, right at the Trout River Bridge.
And so you said you don't know whether that person died by the gunfire or the crash?
Correct. We're going to be working to determine that exactly.
But ultimately, the gunfire led to the crash?
We're still working to determine the actual pattern of events. We have a few witnesses who did remain on scene, so we're trying to get an exact pattern of events to see.
What were the witnesses saying to you? I mean, could they picture, point out anything, lay anything, relay anything back to you guys?
Not really much other than what I've already told you. That there were reports of someone hearing gunfire, and then there was the vehicle that crashed into the semi-truck.
So nobody saw the actual gun hanging out of a car or anything like that?
At this time, I'm not aware of anybody reporting that they actually saw an actual gun.
And then the person who died,
It's an adult black male. That's all I have right now.
Any age range you could give us?
It appears to be early 20s, possibly.
Do you think this was targeted or maybe an incident of road rage? What are you all suspecting at this point?
We're not sure right now. It's still really early in the investigation, so we're trying to get with anybody who may have seen it or any cameras in the area to determine if it may have possibly been road rage related or unrelated to road rage. We're still trying to decipher through that.
Was the driver of the semi-truck able to give you any sort of information?
He was actually broken down on the side of the road. He had been there for some time. He was in the cab of his truck. He did not see anything. He just felt the impact from the vehicle. I do not know how many shots were fired.
Do you have any evidence right now that could potentially lead you to identifying a suspect or a suspect vehicle? What is it, caliber of casings, anything like that?
Not right now. The vehicle will be processed later on tonight. We needed to get it out of the weather, so we'll be able to ascertain that information later on.
We had heard through a few sources that the potential suspect was either a black sedan or a black SUV. Are you aware of that? Can you give us any?
I don't have any description of a potential suspect vehicle.
Are there any cameras along the interstate that could possibly help with this case?
We're working on trying to ascertain if there are cameras in the area, and if so, how we can gain access to those.
And those cameras in that area, oftentimes, I believe they throw more so a live feed, they don't go back. Do you have
Correct.
any idea of what the case may be for this area?
That's my understanding, that the ones along the interstate are typically just a live feed, but we're not sure if there are any in that area, and so I can't say if those are live feed cameras or if they're actually recorded.
Can you also talk about the dangers? I mean, this more of a broader question here, but just the fact that this was on the interstate in the middle of the day, other drivers around. I mean, it could have been, I mean, as horrible as it is, but it could have been more too.
Yes, this could have been much worse than what it was. It does appear to be isolated. It doesn't appear like it was random. So we just encourage anybody, just always be aware of your surroundings. And if anybody has any additional information that could help us, so please call us.
What if you said it appears to be isolated, not random? What leads you to that?
Just some information from the witnesses that we need to validate first before we release any of that information. It doesn't appear like it was.
What is your message to drivers tonight? I know a lot of people, they were redirected because of the 95 being closed off, and so, a lot of impatience. Do you have a message for drivers?
Well, the interstate is back open. We just appreciate everybody's patience in allowing us to work that crime scene. someone's loved one passed away today, and we want to do them due diligence and justice and make sure that we collect all of the evidence that we can. And so we just appreciate everybody's patience. I know it was a rough time of day with rush hour traffic, but I thank the community for being patient with us.
You guys find, first question I should say, was there any indication that the driver who was killed and ended up going off into that truck, did they have a gun, maybe were shooting back, or was it just one car shooting at them?
We're not sure yet. We still have to look at that vehicle and process it, so we don't know what kind of evidence is in that vehicle yet.
Regarding the information that you said these isolated, as he kind of said, would that assume that these folks knew each other?
It's possible. It is possible.
And absolutely no idea where the suspect went?
No.
Drove off north?
No. Yeah, that's all we know.
Thank you,
Anybody
ma'am.
else? All right. Thank you. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you.